All right, good morning, my friends. Welcome to this special Monday episode of Kevin at 7. Thank you for joining me. And today we're going to talk about the morning ritual, about your morning ritual, about my morning ritual, and why it is so critical and why today it is more critical than ever, probably before in our lives, in your life, in my life. It is a critical time. And when things around us are in turmoil, there is a declaration that I learned from a mentor back about 9 years ago. And the declaration, and it was actually a meditation, which is part of my morning ritual is meditation. And the meditation was, I am the eye of the storm. I remain calm and peaceful, regardless of the circumstances. That, my friends, is a declaration that you should all be embracing right now. I am the eye of the storm. I am the eye of the storm. I remain calm and peaceful, whatever the circumstances, regardless of the circumstances. I am the eye of the storm. Could somebody type it in for me? Good morning, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Could somebody type it in for us just to memorialize this in the comments? Just type in, I am the eye of the storm. Now, what does that represent when I am the eye of the storm? And I train my real estate agents, I train a thing called the real estate vortex. Well, if you know what a vortex is, a hurricane is a vortex, a tornado is a vortex. A black hole is a vortex. Well, a vortex is a spiral. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Rebecca. Can't see you. I can't, man, my eyes are getting to be like a 50-year-old's. I am the eye of the storm. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Real Estate Cindy. Good morning, guys. I am the eye of the storm. Now, what happens? In the eye of the storm, you got the storm. It's raging. It's howling. Everything is going nuts. But in the eye, it's calm. In the eye, it is peaceful. Okay, right here, whoom, whoom. Everything's going crazy around me. But where I am centered. I am at peace. I am in control. Now, the other thing about it is when you are the eye of the storm in your own life, it means you are able to manage and handle all the stuff going on around you because you're anchored. When you get caught up into the wall of the storm, when you get caught up into the storm and you imagine the vortex spinning and you get caught up in it, you're just like, you're going all over the place, right? And you're spinning around and you're like, I feel overwhelmed. I feel like it's stress. What am I going to do? But when you're in the eye of the storm, you remove yourself from the chaos and you're sitting there and you are the wizard behind the green curtain. You're the one pulling the levers. You're the one pulling the strings. Now, there are things outside of your control, right? There are things outside of your control. But there are things inside of your control too. And where I have to stay centered is by staying in control of the things that I can control. So I've taken up surfing. Yes, I love surfing. I suck at it so far, but I've taken it up. But here's one of the things about waves. Saturday we went out with our coach. My daughter Dinah and I are taking lessons. We've hired a coach, Juliano Usuele, who's a Brazilian. He was the national skateboarding champion of Brazil and one of the top surfers in Brazil. And now he is a pro, tours the world, but right now, lockdown, he's here. And he trains some of the top surfers in the world. And he trains me, one of the bottom surfers in the world. But here's what, we went on Saturday and the waves were big, the biggest ones I've ever surfed. So they were massive waves. And big waves means a lot more power. And I told him, as we're out there, I'm like, I actually feel like I like the bigger waves because they're more predictable. There's more time. It's easier to get up when you hit the wave right. And he said, yeah, he said, the reason it's easier, the big waves are better is he said, there's more power. You just have to control the power. And he's showing me with your board the way you, like when you catch it and all that, you have to control the power. Otherwise, it will just tumble you, crush you, and throw you hard. And that's what I'm talking about right now. There are things you can control and there are things you can't. Okay, so now let's just think about what are things, let's get some examples real quick. Would somebody type in some comments? What are some things right now going on you cannot control? Just to make some clarity here. What are some things you cannot control? Type them in. Let's see and try to come up with something different than everybody else is gonna say. What are some things that you do not have any control over? Okay, the virus. I kind of expected that would be coming up. What else besides the pandemic? What else are things you cannot control right now? What are some things going on that you cannot control? Other people's reaction. Absolutely. You can't control the real estate market. Can't control the election results. I mean, you have a vote. Okay, so you have some input into the election, but you can't control the outcome, right? You can only put in your vote. What else? So do what you can do. Your voice matters. What else? What else can you not control? There's over 30 of you on here. Come on, you can do this. What are some other things you cannot control? Let me get a couple more. Am I missing some? I mean, you guys comment. How do I see the comments? That's it. There we go. Here we go. The weather. There you go. I can't control the weather. All right. Well, now I got weather coming in. Okay. So now, what are some things that you absolutely can control in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of the economic chaos that's going on right now, in this real estate market? What are some things you can control? My own actions. Okay, good. Vanessa, let's get more specific. What are some things you can control in your actions? Your own journey. So I can control, in a way, I can control the journey, but I can control what I wear. Thank you. My reaction. Absolutely. What else can I can control? My thoughts. Okay, these are things, guys, within your vortex that you have control over. Now, I can control my focus. I can control my health. I will vote, but my point is to not get caught up in the current back and forth. So yeah, you can't control the public discourse. My mindset, my positivity, right? So here's the deal. The purpose of my morning ritual and the purpose of your morning ritual is to start the day in control. Is to start the day not only in control, where you're in control of your ship, where you're in control of your life, but you're also aware of where you're taking it, rather than allowing the circumstances to drive the ship, allowing the waves and the wind to control the destination. And because it's so powerful, just like surfing, when you got this little surfboard, and I mean, mine's a big surfboard. When I've got this my surfboard, it's little compared to the size and power of the waves. And it has no power. All it can do is catch the waves. But I get to control the surfboard if I know how to control it, to ride the wave, to harness the power of the waves. But if I go into that and think, oh no, this wave's gonna crush me. Oh no, it's so big, I'm gonna die here, that kind of stuff, then I give up. I don't focus on what I can control, and I'm gonna wipe out. Because I'm focused on falling. I'm focused on the wave. I'm focused on what I can't control, and that's how you get crushed. So the morning ritual is to get you started in your day with the right actions to get your body wired, fired, inspired, and never tired, to get your body going, to light the fire of your dreams, your goals, so you have clarity about what it is you want, so you know what your day holds. What am I gonna do today? Okay, what am I gonna do today? And you already have clarity on that because you've reviewed your goals, you got up, you hydrated, you put good fuel in your body, you exercised, you meditated, or you reviewed goals, you do your declarations, you journal, all of the stuff that you should be doing on a regular basis every single morning. And it doesn't take 2 hours. You can compress this depending on how long probably your longest thing is your workout. And what they have found in fitness and in health is a good 21-minute sweat, a good 21-minute exercise has massive benefits. So it doesn't take an hour or an hour and a half to have a good workout. Okay, now if you got an hour and a half to work out and you do the right stuff, that's awesome. The point is, every single morning, what I call the first section of my morning, everything before, typically for me, it's before 8 a.m., is called the fire zone. And the fire zone is where I do the things to light the fire in my life, to light the fire in my heart, to light the fire in my mind, so that I hit the day full of energy, full of focus, and with momentum. And when you're stressed, and every single one of us are stressed right now way more than normal. That's right, it's called the fire zone. Okay, so there's the fire zone, and then the next one is the focus zone, is what you do from 8 to noon. It's your morning. So your morning is when you get in the job. Your focus zone is when you're focused on the things that will move the ball down the field the most, which for you real estate agents is primarily going to be lead generation and lead follow-up. Okay, so anyway, the fire zone is where I get set up, because right now we're all under stress. So how do you manage the stress? Is you have to be real. It's like having massively big waves when you're going surfing. You got to really set up right. You got to make sure you're on your board right. You got to make sure that your board is waxed and everything is set right, so that when the wave hits, you're positioned right. You're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to catch that wave and ride it every single day. It's a new ride every single day. That's a long game. It's not just a one-day game. You're not just one day. You take one day at a time, but you got a trajectory where you want to go, and that's where you're focused. So I'm focused on the outcome. I'm focused on the goal every single time. When I get wiped out on the wave, jump off, paddle back out, get ready to catch the next wave. Okay, and that's what you do every single day, but you got to be focused on where you're going. And your morning ritual is what allows you to do that. When I get off on my morning ritual, it's when I struggle the most. When I find myself not following it, not being disciplined, or allowing something to disrupt my habit of what I do in the morning, in terms of my intentional, designed daily ritual in your fire zone. Can I see some thumbs up? Is this making sense to everybody? Is this going to help you? Okay, so every single morning you got to do something. Now, I saw one question through here. I think I saw a question at the very beginning, and I'm going to just go back here. From Anthony Caballero, can you please be specific about how to touch leads multidimensionally? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be really briefly specific, but I'll tell you this. We're going to be training in depth on this at Agent Mastery Live. In fact, Agent Mastery Live is coming up in less than a month. Go to agentmasterylive.com. Right now we got early bird tickets. This is the last week. I think this is the last week. What's the date? Yeah, this is the last week to get so you got 2 weeks left to get early bird tickets left, maybe. Anyway, get your early bird tickets, Agent Mastery Live. Go to agentmasterylive.com. I'm going to be teaching deep into mixed method approach. Call coming in at this early in the morning. The mixed method approach or multidimensional approach to lead generation. Here's an example: a phone call, a text, a door knock, and a handwritten note. Okay, that would be 4 different approaches to the same prospect. Okay. And then there's a lot more to that. Like, what's it, the messaging? What are you saying? What's the audacious promise? So there's a whole lot that goes into a mixed method approach to lead generation. But what I'm talking about with a mixed method approach is just, instead of like I did when I started, all I did was phone calls, just dial for dollars every day. That's all I did. If they didn't answer, no chance. If they hung up on me, game over, no chance. If they didn't, if I didn't get a conversation with them and get a good appointment, I get a good conversation, get a lead or an appointment, it was over. It was just game over. That was just the way it went. And that's what I was taught. That's what I did, and it worked for me. But it has gotten much, much more difficult with a one-dimensional approach to real estate. Has gotten much more difficult than it used to be, because people are more resistant. And it's more difficult to get people to give you a hearing than it used to be. And when I say more, they're also more skeptical. They're also busier. They also have better control of their devices, which means used to, you call it, they had a home phone, they answered, it was just the way that people did. It was just kind of like that was the way people did it. Now, a lot of people, they don't even answer their phone if they don't know who it is. And so it takes a multi-dimensional or a mixed method approach to selling real estate. The MMA of real estate, you got to have an MMA of real to do real estate and succeed at a lot. There you go. So good morning, Becky. Yes, you are the eye of the storm. Guys, stay controlled today. Stay focused on your goals. Focus what you're going to do. Play to win. Always expect yes. I'll see you next Monday morning for more Kevin at 7. Have a great day, everybody.